distinctive sound. Those two opening chords to Easy to Be Hard are something you should recognize from other songs. They don't happen together very often, but when they do, they should jump out at you. Something's wrong. These two chords are not in the same key. Do you hear kind of the clash that's happening with them? We're going to talk about that in this lesson on Easy to Be Hard, as done by Three Dog Night. Now the song is really got a little interesting history because it was written in the mid-60s for the musical Hair that was being developed and came out in I believe 1968 or so. At least the soundtrack album came out then. And there were some pretty big-time songs that came out of this. Aquarius, Let the Sunshine In, Good Morning Starshine, and of course this. But just like Three Dog Night did with everything, they put their own stamp on great songs by other people. Randy Newman, songs like Eli's Comin', Mama Told Me Not to Come, One, Nilsson. So anyway, the arranging and the singing and the production and the musicianship in this band was phenomenal. So what we're going to talk about though in this song is just the song is really in the key of D, but it opens up on a chord that is not in D. And it's a very colorful chord. It's more than just a major chord, as is the second chord, which is in D. And if you recognize this, that sound is very similar of the idea two chords thrown together that are not in the same key, but repeat them a couple of times and it works. And so we'll talk about, we're not going to really do any instrumental stuff in here. We'll be talking about some strumming and talk about the chord progression. So first I'd encourage you to go listen to it and see if I've already told you it's in the key of D. So start listening and see if you can pick up what some of the chord changes are. There are definitely some chords outside the key. It does a couple of weird things. Actually, maybe only two, now that I think about it. Yep, only two. But they're way outside the key. Maybe I shouldn't go there. Okay, coming up, a lesson on Easy to Be Hard. Oh wait, I forgot to mention one more thing about Three Dog Night. Three great singers. This was, of course, their singer Chuck Negron. So really encourage you to check out some of the other stuff of his. There are still videos out there of him playing this much later. And some really kind of inspirational videos of some changes that happened in his life in the 90s. So check out a little bit more about Chuck Negron and the rest of the guys in Three Dog Night. But now coming up, a lesson on Easy to Be Hard. Easy to Be Hard uses mostly chords in the key of D. Now, in D, if we went through all the chords in D, just a quick little review, we'd have D would be chord 1. Chord 2 would be built on the second step of the scale, E, and would be a minor chord. We're going to see that one. Chord 3 would be built on the third step of the scale, F sharp, and also be minor. We're not going to see that one. Chord 4, built on the fourth step of the scale, G. We're going to see that, although when I get there I'm probably going to want to play this G as a bar just to get it a little bit more percussive. So we'd go with the bar at the 3rd fret and the E shapes, but it really doesn't matter too much. Chord 5 would be A, and in this one, whenever we see A, actually we're going to use a lot of 7th chords in this, so I'll get back to that in just a second. And chord 6 would be B minor. The song does one really kind of quirky thing. This happens in other songs, and that is we eventually get to B minor. It's the very last chord. The song ends on B minor just for a little question mark ending, leaving it hanging. I guess I'm going to talk about the ending right now first, because what else we're going to see is a G with D in the bass, played with just like this. You can just play the bottom 4 strings of a G chord. You could 3 open strings, and so I'm just playing the D as the bass note. I don't need any of the rest of this. Or you could move it into a little 3-string version out of the E family. I think on the recording we actually hear it played open like this, but it doesn't really matter too much there. So now I also alluded to the fact that there are a lot of 7th chords in here, many more than normal major or minor chords. So the E minor we're almost always going to play, we're always going to play as an E minor 7 with the addition of the note D up on the 2nd string.